Steph. We'll see you in just a bit. Now to our big story tonight at 10. The death of George Floyd has sparked pain all across the country in protests. For one Milwaukee family, it is the pain they know from 39 years ago. This protest video from 1981, eerily similar to what we have seen on the streets this summer. Fox 6's Suzanne Spencer joining us live now with how the two deaths are almost identical. Suzanne?
Mary, Ernest Lacy's death sparked protests across the city of Milwaukee in 1981. When the family heard about what happened to George Floyd in Minneapolis, they knew the details were all too familiar.
And I'm growing more and more each day.
The Lacy family would tell you time,
yes, we are, Lord,
doesn't always heal.
For him to lose his life, I don't feel like I got justice.
At 23rd in Wisconsin, 39 years to the day, pain hasn't aged for Ernest Lacy's family or his 1981 death.
I feel like the more things have changed, the more they have stayed the same.
what we want, justice! What we want?
Lacy's death at the hands of police sparked outrage in the 80s across the city.
Some question as to how much force was used by a police officer who says he put his knee on Lacy's back to subdue him during the arrest.
I made one demand, and that's that the officers be suspended.
Just as she called for accountability.
And we will get justice.
In 1981, Ernest Lacy's mother, Myrtle, knows there is work left to do.
Keep on marching. It's not over yet.
The family is calling for more states to adopt Lacy's law that requires officers to call for medical help for anyone in their custody.
It's just time for me, to get out and try to help the other families.
Knowing what they do today will affect tomorrow.
It takes time. It's been 39 long years. 39 long years. 39 long years. Keep on fighting.
The Lacy family was joined today by the Acevedo family. Joel Acevedo was killed allegedly by a Milwaukee police officer. That case is still ongoing. Mary, I have to say, as we were sorting through this 1981 video, just incredible to see the similarities, the calls, the chants in that video, very similar to what we're seeing today.
A lot of people will remember that. Some, of course, maybe too young to. And Suzanne, you just feel for the Lacy family. It is just so hauntingly familiar to what happened in Minneapolis with George Floyd.
It is, and I think for a couple of reasons, right? I mean, not only because of the circumstances in terms of an officer kneeling on their back or their neck in George Floyd's case, which ultimately led to their death, but also the calls for change, right? The protests that we have seen in response to it. So it is just eerily similar to what we saw in 1981, again, play out in Minneapolis not too long ago.
Thank you for that look back, Suzanne.
The